What's up guys, this is RG and I'm going to give you another high definition broadcast. This time it's going to be on the Demon Hunter PvP. This is a build that me and one of my subscribers, his name is spelled sk1rtas, I believe, and um, we were working on this build throughout about 1 to 2 days, and we pretty much focused on AoE damage and let's see what else it was. I think it was attack speed as well. So what we did here is equipped it with Mark of Death. So this is going to be a really good skill to show which target should be attacked first. Usually a target like a squishy target like a sorceress or even a demon hunter. So you want to go for this Grim Reaper, which is going to give your Mark of Death an additional 31% damage, and all the damage done to that target is also divided among all enemies within 20 yards. So a lot of damage on that target that is marked with the Mark of Death, and that's going to be very useful for AoE. So anybody in 20 yards is going to get 31% of the damage done to that target. Alright, so also the spike trap is one of our main skills here. This is going to be used for our hatred generation, and we're going to go ahead and use the indigo rune on that. So anytime you use a spike trap, after 1.2 seconds it's able to be triggered. So what pretty much what happens is you get 100% weapon damage to all enemies within 8 yards. So you can plant up to 7. Usually you can only plant 3. So what you would do is plant 7 around an area, and around that area you'll be pretty protected as well as your team. So I also have a passive that synergizes with this. Next thing we want is rapid fire. So this is going to cost 30 hatred initially, which is a lot. So you could an additional 1.5 hatred per shot while firing. So this is pretty much going to last for about 5 seconds. You can use this, and we're going to equip this with high velocity, so it fires actually poison arrows that add additional 55% pierce chance to the projectiles fired. So it's going to pierce through the first target and be able to hit the other targets behind that target, so it'll act as an AoE. So the next one we're going to go for is shadow power. So that's going to increase your attack speed, and because rapid fire costs so much hatred initially, so every time you recast it, it'll cost that extra 30. You're going to equip it with the gloom, which is going to give you a 40% dodge chance, so you can sit there and rapid fire them in the middle of your traps. So you're going to have a high percent attack speed, 30% more, and another 40% dodge for the rest of the 8 seconds. And then after the 8 seconds is over, you can switch out and regenerate your hatred with throwing down more spike traps. Next thing we're going to get is Vault. It's just for the mobility and the escapes. So that's going to be equipped with the indigo rune, which increases the yards to 55. And that's just obvious that you need to either get away or be able to be mobile with the Vault. Next thing is preparation, and you're going to have to use this. It instantly stores all discipline, so you can use your Shadow Power, Vault, and Mark of Death anytime you want to and restore all that discipline. And also it gives you, with this golden rune stone, 70% of your life back when used. So it restores 75% of your life when used, so that's a really good skill to have. Next thing we're going to talk about is the passive skills. We're going to go with Vengeance. So your maximum hatred is increased by 50, and you're going to need that with the rapid fire, because the rapid fire does take a lot of hatred, and but it is going to do a lot of damage as well as AoE. So you're going to need that Vengeance for the hatred pool right there. Next thing we're going to do is Numbing Traps. So this is going to synergize with the Spike Trap, like I said earlier. The Spike Trap now, anybody who's hit by the Spike Trap, their damage reduced by 30% for 3 seconds. So just think about this. You have 7 Spike Traps that you can lay around you, and each time somebody hits that trap, the debuff, which is 30% damage reduction, is refreshed on that person. So anytime you have Spike Traps all over the place, all over the map, they're going to have to either go around the trap or suffer that 30% damage reduction, and you can pretty much kite them around the traps. So you just run around the traps, use your Mark of Death and rapid fire shooting them, and you'll be able to pretty much do a lot of damage to them, AoE damage, and you'll be able to do a good amount of debuffs on a lot of targets at once. especially that you're having 7 traps simultaneously up. So you're pretty much, your traps will be all over the map, and you can control a large area. And also you'll be able to control maybe, you know, the place where health globes spawn, which would be a really great thing to do. The next thing we're going to do is tactical advantage, and this is going to pretty much make your vault really good, and it's going to give you that movement speed bonus. Now you can switch out your tactical advantage. You can switch it out for a bunch of different things here. You can switch it out for the sharpshooter, which is going to give you a critical chance every 1 second. You can switch it out for perfectionist, which reduces all the discipline cost. You can also switch it out with, let's see here, this brooding. So as long as you have not taken damage within the last 5 seconds, you gain 2% of your maximum life per second. Or you could switch it out with any of these like damage skills, like this archery or the steady aim, because you're going to be protected by your traps. Remember, you don't really want to use this call of the week because we don't have any slowing skills. So if you like the call of the week, check out my other build. If you like to stay in a far distance, go ahead and check my other build. But for this one, we're going to focus on AoE damage, which is going to come from our spike trap and rapid fire, as well as our mark of death. Mark for death. So that's about it for this one. I hope you guys liked it. Again, if you guys want to send in your builds and hammer it out with me, and you know, tell me what you guys think your builds are built for, are good at doing, and I will definitely go ahead and share the builds with everyone else after we have hammered out all the details and made sure that it's all good, and we don't have any you know, disagreements about if the skill is good or not or whatever. So yeah, definitely go ahead and send in your builds. Go ahead and click that subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and tell your friends about me and comment. Also guys, I am looking into getting a different account so that I'm able to cast some new games, actual beta coverage. So look for that in the very near future. I should be able to get another account in about 2 days time so that I can cast on, that I could just, it'll be like a throwaway account. If I get banned, then oh well. But yeah, I'll be able to cast in about hopefully 2 days, 2 to 3 days. Someone's gonna get back to me on that. Alright, so yeah, stay tuned guys. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Peace.